Almost 70 years ago, the United States embarked on one of the largest experiments to make housing more affordable and readily available than they ever had before. And for the most part, this worked. In those following decades, California, for example, was able to build quite robustly after World War II, with places like Phoenix and Dallas to follow in coming years. But now, a few decades later, seeing how California is at the epicenter of our nation's housing crisis, I think we need to take a step back and realize how this experiment led us to believe that building in a form of stasis was the best way for our country to continue to develop and change, when in reality, it's not. Yes, we can point to places like Dallas and Phoenix and say, but look at how this growth has allowed us to continue to expand as quickly as we have. But when we look at this as part of a cycle and this fact that they are developing in a similar, if not same style as California has, then those crises are not far behind from these areas as well. Because the basis of this experiment was to build on the idea of stasis and that everything should be built to a finished state and never touched again. And so now, along with places like California, Dallas, and Phoenix, we're seeing more resistance to building different types of housing in these areas that once only had single-family homes. So to combat this issue, what we need to do is consider developing all of our neighborhoods in a more traditional format. That is, allowing them to develop incrementally over time by making sure that every neighborhood has the right to change. My boss, Chuck Marone, has been featured in this piece by Vox, and he also wrote a great book called Escaping the Housing Trap that goes into detail about what you can do to help combat the housing crisis where you live.